We have multiple member statements today, so without objection, I'll introduce my longer statement into the hearing record. Today's hearing is about competency, corruption, and cover-up within the Biden administration. Simply put, the last administration was rudderless. From one crisis to another, the Biden administration failed and faltered. The partisan media did their best to cover up those failures. Having discussed these issues with my colleagues, Senator Cornyn and Schmidt, who requested to lead this hearing, all of us agreed that this committee must discuss this important matter. An important part of this discussion involves the last administration's weaponization of law enforcement against Trump and his associates, which was done to try and win an election. That, too, they tried to cover up. Since I became chairman of this committee, my investigative work has exposed how weaponization was done. Look at the FBI's Arctic Frost investigation, which ultimately became one of Jack Smith's cases against President Trump, based upon records that I've made public. The case's origin was anti-Trump FBI agent Tebow and his merry band of artisans and partisans. The records indicate that the opening of Arctic Frost was an intentionally designed vehicle by which the Biden administration would ultimately prosecute their primary political opponent, President Trump. Then I made emails public relating to the Biden administration's political investigation into Peter Navarro, Tebow, and his other anti-Trump agent, Walter Giardina, were also involved in that case. Whistleblowers have told me that Special Agent Giardina openly stated his desire to investigate Trump, even if it meant false predication. Whistleblowers have also told me that Jack Smith's deputy, J.P. Cooney, wanted to open more cases on Trump. He allegedly justified using compulsory process to obtain more information merely based upon partisan news outlets. And guess who was also allegedly involved in those communications? Well, that's the same person, Special Agent Walter Giardina. All of this is more evidence of law enforcement weaponization that would have never been the light of day, but for whistleblowers. I'll have more to say about this matter later today in another forum. Then we have the Biden FBI's anti-Catholic Richmond memo. That memo used the shoddy research of the radical Southern Poverty Law Center to accuse traditional Catholics of being violent extremists. Based on the records that I released the other week, there wasn't just one FBI document that used biased anti-Catholic sources, but over a dozen. And more FBI field officers were involved than we'd been led to believe. It wasn't just the Biden and Ray FBI that failed the people. Recently, I released records showing that the Biden Health and Human Services also failed to address the backlog of over 65,000 reports expressing concern for unaccompanied children. This included 7,346 reports related to trafficking. 36 cases have been accepted by U.S. attorneys for prosecution, with 11 arrests and 3 convictions so far. The Biden administration had a responsibility to do right by the American people. By any metric, they failed. The question is, what did the president actually know or even understand, and who was actually running the government? But regardless, the buck stops with the president and President Biden will have to answer to history for what's happened the last 4 years. Now I'm going to turn over the podium to, opportunity to speak to Ranking Member Durbin for his opening remarks, and after that, Senator Cornyn is going to take the chair, and Senator Cornyn and Chairman Schmidt are going to lead the rest of the hearing. Proceed, Senator Durbin.